Start that recording, a little box will jump on your screen. You got to click got it. When you click got it, it goes away, and then we're ready to go. So once again, front edge of your chair, legs and chair acting as your conduit to being rooted. The method that you root is, according to Tai Chi, it's very important that it's a passive, a yielding, a softening, a relaxing. So not a forced trying to root, but a passive relaxing of everything that's held in your body that's keeping you from connecting naturally to the ground. That's called Chunwan, softening into stability. But when you soften into stability, don't lose Zhongjun, or central upright. So those two are really important. Relaxing without losing the integrity, structural integrity. And then the result of that is the Qingling idea, or light, nimble, easy to move, rather than cumbersome, heavy, sort of resistant. And I feel as with all my work with folks with Parkinson's, this is a key component, is that movement can be easy and free when you're relaxed, but you can't really get away with what other people are able to get away with as much with regards to not doing that, right? It's when the nervous system is agitated or stressed or in a state of caution, fear, or anxiety, or whatever it may be, all of a sudden it's blocked. So this relaxing becomes an absolute necessity. This releasing, this opening of space becomes a necessity. And it's just a more enjoyable way to move through your life. At least I have found that as I've shifted more and more towards Tai Chi, Taoist, soft, supple, hydraulic movement. It feels better to the body. It's more effective, more efficient. So we're just finding those three concepts, three principles: Zhongjun, Chunwan, Qingling. And then let's practice the Qingling with our joint mobilization. So slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, arch the back a little bit. And then the opposite, slide the hands forward, drop the head, round the back. And do it again, slide back, arching gently, look up. And slide forward and round. Do that a few more times, just on your own. Just moving the moving parts. The body is made of many movable parts. And those parts can get stuck, or some of them are stuck while others move too much. That's a lot of what's happening too in the body. So we're trying to polish out those imbalances and just get a feeling of appropriate mobility through these ranges. Now come back to neutral. Let's do our rotations. Left hand slides forward, right hand, elbows slide back, turn a little bit to your right, and then switch. Turn to your left. Switch again. Turn to your right. Turn to your left. Those rotating parts rotate. Turn and turn. Loose. Remember, Qingling is light, it's nimble, it's easy, it's free. It's not effort. It's not clenching and gripping and yanking on the bottom. So really pay attention to that subtlety. Back to middle, same quality. Now we just lean, shift the weight to your right buttock, lean a little bit. Left wrist floats up, maybe even left foot, because it's no longer really being used. And then we change. Lean. maybe that foot is empty, wrist is empty, this one's reaching down, and we again lean and really feel the hydraulic quality. It's like just spilling water over this way and then spilling water over that way. And Tai Chi is all about the sort of paradox of loose but not sloppy, controlled but not rigid, right? Putting those two things together. One more. Where we're loose and free, but we're not losing control. Now come back to middle, shoulder blades shrug up, melt down. Shrug up and melt. One more. Shrug up and melt. And now we do our circles, shoulder blade circles, where shoulders go forward, then up, back, then down. Right, we go over these in detail on Friday's class, usually a little more. We just want to be able to get through these and get to standing. We can work on our gait and balance, but it's just always important. Tune up all the joints, tissues, which in turn tunes up the nervous system, brain. Reverse, back and up, over the top, forward and down, over the top. Minimum tune-up here. There's always more subtlety and nuance you can play with, but again, we have a certain amount of time for everything. Now, bend the elbows, bring the hands up, go elbows out and up, and then down, around and in, squeeze, and then down. Again, out and up, down, around and in, down. One more. Then elbows back, down, forward, up, down, forward, back, or forward, down, back, and then down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up. Just unpacking whatever we're carrying around in our upper chassis. Elbows out to the side, one above, one below, cross, hug your own torso, squeeze, and release, elbows go out to the side, switch, squeeze, elbows out, switch and squeeze, open, squeeze, and open, elbows down, arms loose and swing, 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 swing. Free, loose. You don't have to hold your arms on, they won't fall off. And then relax. And then one forward, one back. Let this cause a little bit of a rotation, little subtle turning. Various vertebra, maybe even a little at the pelvis, hips. And relax. Legs. Bring your right knee up, right heel draws in, push out, draw up, set down. Other leg, draw, push, draw it up, set it down. A few more. Just tuning everything up, just turning it on, putting the tissue through its range of motion. And these are non-weight bearing. So we're not having to fight, right? We're not doing heavy leg press with weights. We're not, we're not doing resistance training, which is good. It trains muscle tone and creates power and stamina and blood flow. But we also want to train the yin side of our movement, which is just practicing ease. Just going, let me make it easy. Let me not get in my own way. Now, right foot forward, foot and ankle, point, flex, point, flex. And invert, tilt in, evert, tilt out, a couple times. Just 2 feet up. Circles. Nice round, whole, complete circles. Reverse, round, whole, and complete circle. And switch feet, point and flex. Invert, evert, a little tilt, tilt. Circles. And reverse. And down. Make sure you're at the front edge of your chair. Step your feet a little wider than your hip distance. Lift your toes. Turn on the heels. Turn your knees and toes in. Feel your groin area, your quad closing. Then lift your toes. Turn knees and toes out. Feel that quad opening. Close. Open. Close. Open. Cultivating space. Space right in what they call the quad, where the pelvis and legs meet. You don't want to let that become a bound up area. You want it open. It's like a nexus for all kinds of muscle movement, energy movement in the body. Back to neutral. Bring your legs to hip distance. Now that same exact quad space, fold, bowing forward. Lifting up, back to neutral, and then lean back a little bit from that quad space. And then neutral forward. Get this to be a free movement, not requiring a bunch of effort. You're just easing your way from this correct pivot forward and back. Loose, free, relax. And vertical. Now slide your feet back a little bit underneath you, just a comfortable amount from that same quad space. We're going to fold, but make sure your arms are loose, right? We took all that time to loosen them. Don't hold them back on just because we're getting ready to stand up. Loose arms, loose shoulders, fold. Pour yourself into your legs down to the earth, 3 feet under the feet, and stand all the way up. We're going to do this 3 more times. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see some of the angles. Again, it's that quad. Fold, and then sink. Let your butt find the chair. And then sit vertical, and maybe you lean back, and then just fold. Make it easy. Let it be easy. Loose, free, and easy movement. So I definitely love to do weight training. I love to do body weight training like yoga and all of that. It's all good, but this is also super important. It's the one we forget to train. Just let it be easy. Let it just be relaxed, sliding, not making more out of it than it is. Now, a couple of squats where you don't sit in your chair. You do this more like you're trying to get your fingertips to your toes. Fold, sink. Maybe you touch the shoes, maybe you touch the floor even. And you come all the way back up. And again, hips disappear. Fold in half. Get low. Rise back up. This acts like a pump. It acts kind of like you're washing your tissues, kind of like washing clothes, like squish and release and squish and getting fluid and pumping through your spongy tissue. You're compressing the front, which opens the back, and then we're coming up and reopening the front. Last one here. in. Now we're standing, again, hopefully looser and looser and looser as we go through the class. Not tighter, not adding things on, releasing, subtracting, melting, yielding. Now the chair on your left, step up to it and turn and face it. Now it's there for your fingertips in case you need that support. Now we're going to just tip into the toes. And then back to the middle of the feet. And then this one's a little more dangerous, a little into the heels. Remember, you got your chair for safety. So safety always is first, right? Make sure you are keeping yourself safe. Some of you might play with not really using the chair, but your hand is ready. You know it's there. Again, try to stay relaxed as we flirt with disaster, right? We're flirting with going too far forward, almost falling forward, but not panicking. We're staying relaxed. And then we're finding this going back into the heels, staying relaxed. Now let's take this exercise up a level. Tip into your toes, stay in your toes, and lift your heels up. And then lower your heels, you're still in your toes. Now rock back towards the heels. Stay in your heels, pull the balls of the feet and toes up. And then back down. Rock to your toes. Lift the heels. Down with the heels. Then rock to your heels. Pull the toes up. Twice more each. Up. Down. Rock back. Up. Down. Rocks forward. Last one. Excellent. Now, your feet are standing, hands resting on that back of the chair. Hopefully, you have a chair with a nice sort of shoulder width distance back on it, so that we can then walk the feet back. And then here, from this position, I stick the butt way back. I'm folding at the quad, right? But I'm also keeping my arms out there. I'm stretching shoulders back and down through the legs, that back sheet. So this is basically downward facing dog from yoga. Nice stretch there. And then lift the chest, keep your hands on the chair and come out of the stretch. So your hips come forward, and then let's go in for round two. Fold. And come out of the stretch, chest up, hips forward. Now walk forward to the chair, stand all the way back up straight, turn and face forward. Now your outside leg, so your hand is near this chair here. So that's your right hand, it's my left hand, but I'll speak to your right. So turn your left foot out about 5-10 degrees. Shift your weight over to that foot, and then place your right foot out in front with the toe up in the air. So I'm going to turn a little sideways so you can see this relationship. Now you're going to stick your butt back, and this left knee is going to bend a little, and you're going to fold down, and then we're going to rise back up. Okay? And then we're going to switch feet. Step back. Put that other foot out. And actually, this is the way we want to do it here. So the inside leg is turned 5 degrees. We're going to repeat on this side. So right hand can stay on the chair. Left hand on your thigh. Now, hips back. Let your right knee bend a little. Slide your left hand down your leg, maybe the ankle, maybe the foot. Come around the foot, come up the inseam of the leg, up to the belly button. Now go around your back to your lower back, and then slide down the back, down the buttocks, down the outside of that leg. Fold, come around the ankle or foot, come up the inside, all the way to the navel. Around to the back. Sweep. So every time, come all the way to standing. Gail, make sure you come up to standing each time. So we're coming up and then going down like so. And then all the way up to standing as you bring your hand up through to the navel, around, down. Let's do 2 more. Up, around, down. 1 more. This is the yang channel. So from Ming Men or lower back, down the yang channel, around to the yin channel, up the yin channel, and to the navel. Now, your left leg is open, flowing well. Shift your weight into that left leg and reach your right foot behind you. So now I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Our main goal over time is this. See what I'm doing here? I'm folding and I'm getting this leg up and I'm bringing my torso parallel to the floor. So now come all the way up and then do it again. Fold at the quad of your left leg. Hand is on the chair for safety. And then rise. So this one does a couple different things. It's a strength challenge, but it really helps us find our center, sort of the center of our seesaw. The same center that's present that keeps you balanced when you're in Warrior 3 here, as when you're standing vertical. It's like a gimbal. There's an internal gimbal. I think that's the right use of that concept, right? That can keep us in equilibrium, whether we're tipped forward or vertical or in other shapes, right? Okay, let's switch sides. Get over near your other chair. Inside leg turns 5 degrees. Outside should be your right leg, goes out with the heel touching. This right hand on your thigh. Stick the butt back, fold. Let's go down the outside or the yang channel of that right leg, around to the inside. Come all the way up the yin channels to the navel, belly button. Go around the belt meridian to your lumbar spine and back. That's the Ming Men or gate of life. From there, clearing the outside, backside of the leg, all the way down, around and up the inside, front side, all the way through the groin area to the navel. Around, down. Again, we're promoting the chi flow. We're also, again, it's so much of it is real estate. So much of it is internal space. Space between layers of tissue, space between joints, spacious quality rather than rigidness. And everyone's got rigidness, right? Everyone's dealing with it somewhere, some way, somehow, whether it's injury, whether it's just as we age, our body is less juicy, less fluid, but this stuff promotes the state that we want, which is flow, unhindered flow. All right, and then let's do the Warrior 3. So now you shift your weight into this right leg, got your left hand on the chair, and then you tip at the hip, but again, this back leg goes up as the torso goes down. And then come back to vertical. And let's do it again. Tip at the hip. And back up. And tip at the hip. Up. All the way to vertical each time. Finding center, middle. Last one. And vertical. Step to the middle here. Double feet using both. Shogun, wings, roll, fold over top, settle everything to your navel, to your middle dantian. Your middle reservoir, your middle battery. and then hands come down. Move a little closer to your right chair. Try not to use your chair for level 1. Change your weight to your right leg. Lift left heel, get all the way up to the tippy toe, right? So we're getting all the way up, the knee is a little bent, the ankle is now in pointed position. And then lower that down, softening through the tissue and joint, but not putting weight in it. And then change the weight. And now that this right leg is empty, it has that ching-ling ability, that nimbleness. So just see if you can lift the heel, let the knee softly bend, get to the tip of the shoe, and then soften back down without putting weight in it. Then change. Got our middle pivot here at about navel height. We go lift, lower, shift. Lift, lower, shift. Body is still zhong zhong, central upright. Shift. Do that a couple more times. Remember, the way to the earth is yielding. Soften down through the leg that you're deciding to use as your support leg. Let's take it up a notch. Your chair is here for safety. Get to the tippy toe. Now, really let that weight go down through your standing legs so that this one is so empty, you can lift and lower back down. And then change. Let the weight get all the way through to the earth so that this leg is not being used. Therefore, when you lift it, it doesn't cause you a disturbance in your balance. So it's all about getting down through. That's what makes this easy and safe. And then getting down through, lift and lower. Look good, everybody. Really, you guys are starting to find it. Starting to find it. Remember, it's a subtraction, it's a yielding, it's a don'ting, a not doing. Not allowing the nervous system to be agitated, active. It's an emptying out so that we have this open freedom. Now, let's go level 3, where you just try to get that knee as high as it should go, back down, change, down, change, down, change. Now, back to level 1, next exercise. Change the weight to your left leg, put right foot in front, heel touching, toe up. Change the weight into your right leg. Now you're moving forward, and then change your weight into your left leg. You're moving back, but remember, primary direction is down. Shift down through the right leg, down through the left leg. So the moving forward and back is not something you do. Right? It's what happens when you put the foot out in front and change the weight down through the earth. The middle of you moves forward and everything stays in great appropriate relationship with each other. Let's go level 2 of this exercise. So again, chair as needed. Once this right leg is empty, from this left hip, just straight leg lift, lower, shift. Then like a flamingo, little knee bend, toe down, shift. Again, from the hip, you kind of sit the hip, sit it rather than pull. It's like a little fold, right? It's like a folding chain. And this is just the knee bending, heel coming towards the butt. Down, shift back. And then sit the hip, heel, shift. Bend the knee, toe, shift. Hip, down, shift. Knee. All the while you're feeling, hopefully, rooted, never not rooted, still rooted, still rooted. You're just changing what leg you're using to sort of magnetically root you. staying rooted. Now let's go level 3. So again, chairs as needed. Knee up, heel softly down, shift. Now not only heel to butt, but also knee forward and up, reach the toe back, shift. As the weight goes down, the knee comes up. Shift, as that weight goes down, this knee comes up. Toe back, shift, just make it easy. Empty, loose. Each round polishing out, polishing off places where there's a congestion, accumulation of tension and activity, right? Kind of white noise in the body. And over time, that soft, sung, supple quality is just like clear. Now let's switch sides. Bring your right foot next to your left foot, side step. We're on this side now. Put the weight through your right leg, left foot out in front, heel. And level 1, where we just shift, get to tippy toe, shift, tip of heel. Remember, primary direction is the yielding down, the passive yielding, softening down. Like water. Water is very powerful. No one would argue it isn't. But its direction is down. It's passive. It's very yielding. Just use your chair for support. Level 2 from the hip. Straight leg down. Shift. Knee bend. Toe down. Shift. From the hip. Shift. Knee. Shift. Easy. Let's go level 3. Chair as needed. Knee. Heel. Still no weight in it. Chain. Bring that knee forward and up. Toe reach back. Chain. Up. Down. Chain. Relax. Ease. Center is both perfectly upright, but it's not being held upright through muscle grabbing. That's the sort of sneaky part of this, is that when I'm doing this, you see there's no disturbance. You see there's a sort of sturdy integrity here, but it isn't because I'm holding it that way. It's because I'm not holding it at all, or less and less as I practice through the years. I'm just, right? It's just there. And so that's what we're looking for, is that sturdiness that comes from complete dissolving, releasing, relaxing. Now, switch sides again, side step. Level 1 of the next exercise, put right foot out in front. Now we shift. As soon as that left foot is empty, you just float it forward. And remember, it's not, for this level, it's not a picking up of the foot. It's like a pendulum swing, right? That's how we normally walk when we just go walking. When we just go walking, the movement of our body forward creates a little tension here, and that pulls the foot through. So really work on that particular quality here as you shift. Feel that little bit of tension, and then let it boom through. And then shift and get to the tippy toe. And then we shift back. Similar idea. There's a little bit of tension in the buttock and hamstring that we then kind of just swing back and shift. Primary direction is still down. It's shift, swing, shift, still down. But that looseness is what allows the leg to move, that Qingling. So now it's Qingling. I can do anything I want with it. It's just loose and free. Shift, swing, shift. Shift, swing, shift. shift, swing, shift. Level 2, use chair for safety. Lift, lower, just like we did, shift, and now left foot steps up and over something. So pick it up and over, set it down, shift, and then we do that same flamingo. Lift, lower. Now shift back, left leg up, tuck, reach back. That's really where we got to get that gimbal. We have to have that gimbal here that we were working on before. Because as I take this leg back, there's a small amount of body tipping that has to happen. Otherwise, if I go back and I don't, I'm falling backwards into that leg. So notice the value of this movement here. So again, shift into your right, coming up and over. This is usually pretty easy because we're normally doing this, walking forward. But this one here, as you pick up your left foot, tuck and reach it back from your middle, stay where you are. Stay in the middle, get the foot there, then shift. Right leg, lift, lower. This is sort of the easy one. Shift, step, shift. Heel to butt, toe down, and then shift back. Now this is that little money spot here. From your middle, lift, tuck, and reach back, but don't go with it. Keep your weight in your right leg. This foot should still be empty. Then shift back. One more. Lift, lower, shift. Up and over. Shift. Flamingo. Down. Shift. Here's the moment. Find that middle. Now, level 3. Just everything done a little more. Knee up, heel softly down, shift. Primary direction is down as you go heel, knee, foot, down, shift. Primary direction down. Bring this knee up, back, shift. So we get 2 of those now on this one. Again, back without any weight. So we're really finding this central pivot. And then up, down, shift, heel, knee, foot, down, shift, knee. Now this is where we got to stay in our middle, stay connected to the ground, shift, and then we, again, same middle. Last one, level 3. Heel, knee, foot, down, nothing changing. Shift, knee, toe, then shift, down, up, tuck, reach, shift. And switch side, foot, side, we're here. Level 1, weight goes through your right leg, left foot out in front. Shift. Remember what I was saying just about that pendulum swing quality. Just swing it forward. Shift. Shift back. Swing. Shift back. Primary direction down. Swing down. Down. Swing down. You're starting to feel, if you have any moments where you're like, ooh, I feel relaxed and grounded. Really highlight that quality. If you feel like you, at any moment you find, oh, I've been holding on to my shoulders. Oh, I relax. Oh, let me relax. Let me relax. And then if you get this moment of, whoa, that was easy. Really highlight that in your mind and just try to repeat that quality. Stick with that quality of, I'm plugged in energetically. I'm grounded. Grounded, not coming ungrounded even for a second, even though you're moving forward and back. Let's go level 2, same idea. Should still feel grounded even as that leg goes up and down. We shift, I'm still grounded as I step over. Still grounded, I change, I do a little flamingo. Now remember, this is that moment that's hard to stay grounded because when the foot goes back, it pulls us with it if we don't really stay where we are. Stay right where we are, have that little tip of the body. I'm sort of exaggerating it here, going from here to here, I'm exaggerating that lean that's required, but there's some amount of that in the movement. Lift, lower, change which leg you're using for ground. Change which leg you're using. Remember that little slight tilt forward that's required there? Shit. One more level 2. Rounded. Rounded. Now let's go level 3. Chair as needed. Knee. Heel. Change. Rounded. Heel, knee, foot. Down with the heel. Change. Now, bring that left knee forward and up. Now we've got to have 2 of those where we reach back but don't fall back. Change and then do it again. Up, tuck, reach, but stay where you are. Change. Up, down. Change. Big bicycle step. Up, back, change. Reverse bicycle. Change. Last one. You guys don't do anything different. I'm just moving my chairs here. Now, make your way to the left side. Left side. So as far to your left as you can, and then turn and face down the runway. Face down the runway. Make sure your chairs now are on your left. You note that they are there for your support as needed. Level 1, multiple steps in a row. Remember that pendulum swinging concept. Foot out in front, shift. Once it's empty, swing, shift. Shift. Swing, shift. Swing, shift. And then back. Back is a little trickier, but same concept. Make sure you stay in the front foot as you're stepping that empty foot behind, finding the floor with the toe. And then shift. Find the floor with the toe, shift. Shift. And again, level 1, casual. You can maybe add the swing of the arms. Level 2, step up and over something each time. Up and over. Just really tests how grounded you are through the non-moving leg. When going backwards, go slower than normal so that you're very safe. Remember that point about the gimbal or the central pivot that stays where it is until the toe fully finds the floor empty. Then you shift. The toe finds the floor, then you change the foot goes all the way into position, safely finding the floor. Then you shift. One more, level 2. Up and over. And again, eventually you can just feel loose, released, easy. Primary direction is down, 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 down the whole time. Just releasing down anything that's extraneous. All right, and as you finish there, turn and face forward once again, but you're still to the left side. Change your weight through that left leg, side step the right leg out, in, out, in. Notice the key here is that my hips, my torso, my left leg stay as the primary situation, and what's moving is the free, empty right leg. So it's free. I'm not going with it, coming back, going with it. It's out and in, free. So this exercise is a really good one to feel the potential swiftness that emptiness provides. Swift, swift. Right? And not because you're working harder, not because you're putting a whole bunch more effort. The opposite, in fact. It's because you stopped doing what was in the way, and then with your mind, you can just go, okay, move. In Tai Chi, they say the mind, or the E, the mind mobilizes the Chi. The Chi mobilizes the body. But that can't happen when we're in stiffness. So softening, releasing, and then freedom to move. All right? Now, right foot out, keep it out. Change. Change. The qua. This one closing, this one open. This one closing, this one open. Close, open. Open, close. Zhong, still intact. I'm not leaning. A lot of times people do things like this because this is not free. But once this freedom comes, then everything else just stays really nicely positioned. There's all kinds of Tai Chi movements that become available from this little space here. Now, go into your right leg, stay there. Let's do that swiftness exercise here. So this qua is closed, right? Closed. This one's opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, with a swiftness, but not rush, not efforting your way through. It's just relax. It's easy. Now bring it in, keep it in, both qua closed, change the weight. This emphasizes down through. Change to the right leg. Left leg should be empty. You can test it. Could you lift it? Right? Part of the exercise is not to lift it at all, but you want to test. Am I changing? Change. So this one really helps us get qua and Mingmen and lumbar spine and belly to loosen up, free up. All right. Now stay in your left leg, right qua open, stepping sideways. Change the weight, close right qua, open left qua, and then close left qua. Bring that left foot in. Change the weight to your left leg, right qua open. Change, closing right qua, opening left qua, and then close. Change weight, side step. Change, in. Change, out. Change, in. One more this way, and then we'll go back. Now bring left leg in, out. Let's go this way. Remember relaxed. Remember easy. Remember never not being grounded. Always feeling grounded, but through yielding. It's this that we do that makes us sort of rock the boat and get in trouble. It's this release of that that then gives us this freedom to move. Now we're going to add here, we work on this a little more in Friday class, but the same side step with the bear washing paws. So take your hands over to your left side, turn from the qua a little bit so your belly button points a little to this left corner, your hands over here to the left. Side step out. Now, as you change your weight to your right leg, turn at the qua, the hands swing across. Bring the left foot in, the weight is still not in the left leg. So now, as you put the weight into the left leg, turn from the quad, swing the hands across. Stay over in the left leg, hands stay over here, step right leg out. Shift, sweep, the bear washing pause. Then bring that left leg in, change the weight to the left leg, turn from the quad, the hands swing across, and then step the right foot out. Shift, turn, sweep, bear wash, pause, step in. Shift, turn, sweep, step out. Shift, turn, sweep, step in. Shift, turn, step out. Shift, turn, step in, switch direction, step out, shift, turn, sweep hand, step in, shift, turn, sweep, step out, shift, turn, shift, turn, loose, free, like liquid, like water. And there's all kinds of Tai Chi movements that come just from this interaction. Many different variations, different combinations, right? But this is a really great way to just feel. Let's do that there and back one more time. Just this central pivot, this simple movement of changing weight and turning that creates all this movement. You can start to do the bear swirls the stream, where the hand goes out further and comes in close, right? And even though that hand is traveling now way out in front, it doesn't change what you're experiencing at your middle pivot in this groin, belly. Doesn't change. You're not getting pulled out of your center just because your arms are traveling in different pathways, right? So that's what you want to feel, is this freedom to really move. Let's go back, swirl the stream, maybe even snatch the fish, right? A fish jumping up in the air, hand can travel, right? We look at these more in detail in our Friday class, but just so you guys can see how to start playing with the walking exercises and some of the Tai Chi. All right. And Shogun, wing, roll, fold. Settle down to your middle. And then we do a little closing series. So step over to your left chair. I'm sorry, this is my left. Your right chair. Go to your right chair. And, oh wait, I forgot, I'm sorry, this movement here. So take one of your chairs and turn it this way so that your chair is in front of you. So basically, you should be looking forward, your chair is in front of you, fingertips on the chair. Now, we take the left foot empty, step it behind and touch the toe. We're just going to do this part for a couple rounds. Bring it back to parallel. Change the weight. This right foot, step it behind, touch the floor. Come back to parallel. So I'm going to face so I can see you guys. But again, we're shifting, bringing the foot behind, touching empty behind, and then parallel. Change the weight to your left. Right foot is empty. Bring it behind, but don't put any weight in it. There. So again, our middle has to remain sturdy. Touch, parallel, change. Touch, parallel, change. Now, bring that foot behind, touch. Still don't put weight in it, but press the heel down. So what you should feel is kind of a calf stretch and maybe a little hip flexor stretch there. And then release that so you come back to the toe and then step parallel. Chain. Weight goes into this left leg. Right foot is empty, step it behind. Again, your hands are on your chair for balance. Stay grounded through your left leg. Press that right heel down. And then release. And parallel. Step behind. Press. Release. Parallel. Change. Step behind. Press. Release. Change. Step behind. Press. Release. When balance is with you, you can play with placing hands on the navel. Helps keep you grounded while you do this exercise. Change. Step. Press. Parallel. Step. Press. Parallel. Last one each side. And back to middle. Hands in front, rub palms. Rub the back of one hand. Rub palms. Rub the back of the other hand. Rub palms one more time, and then we go quad, groin area, on either side of the pubic area. Up to that little crease right at the top, the inguinal crease, and then over onto your hip flexors, the top of the thigh, which is that folding spot that I'm always talking about, right? Rub that spot so you have a lot of awareness there. And come around, sacrum, tailbone, and then up into the back muscles around the lumbar spine. Such an important area. That's a pain spot for so many people. You want to really make sure that area is supple and open, right? And then we do what's called dredging the channels. Bring your hands around. So your thumb on the inside of the thigh, middle finger on the outside, like you're going to give your thigh a squeeze, right? So set up like that. Now with a little bit of a squeeze, stick your butt back and squish down and dredge the channels there. Get soft over the knee joints so you're not pressing the knee, and then do the same on the shin. Sit a little lower and dredge those channels down to the ankle. And then soft as you come up through the central seam, all the way to the knee. Quad. Inguinal crease right there at the top, hip flexors, around to the sacrum and tail, up onto the lumbar, and then around and dredge. Soft over the knees and dredge. And then soft as you come around the foot, up the inseam to the navel. One more time. Quad. Inguinal crease, hip flexors, around to the sacrum and tail, up onto the Ming-Men or the gate of life, and then dredge, dredge. Dredge past the knees and then dredge. And all. And then just finally the reset, up the outer arm over the shoulder, turn that palm up, sweep. Up the outer, down the inner. We do 5 on this arm, 4, 5, and switch. Up, turn, down. And down. Final Shogun wings. Roll, fold, up and over. Settle, seal. One hand over navel, other hand over that hand. Great job, everybody. Find your comfortable seat. If there are any questions, insights, please feel free to share. Thank you.